Hello, Eastern West Virginia Technical and Community College students. Welcome to Art 100 for spring 2024. My name is Lacey Miller and I'm going to be your professor. Every semester, I always make one of these little videos just to kind of break everything down from the get-go so you guys know what's expected of you and basically how to get an A in this course. So we should be able to fly through this pretty quickly and then you guys will be able to get started on the rest of the course. Okay. So these are the learning outcomes for the semester. By the end of the semester, you will have done all of these. You will present opinions. You will be able to identify, discuss the relationship between the content of an artwork and the historical context in which it was created. All of these kind of things we will touch on and do throughout the semester. They are also listed in the syllabus. All right. So attendance, weekly attendance is recorded through your discussions and through the quizzes and the kind of unit tests, as they're called, or exams. And then there is an essay. So basically, by participating in the course, that is how your attendance is tracked. You're expected to meet the course deadlines. This class is asynchronous, and I feel like there is an acceptable amount of time for the work that you need to accomplish. Late assignments will not be accepted without approval by the instructor. With that being said, if you know ahead of time that you're going into surgery on the 15th and that the week after that you might not be able to use your arm. You might not be able to use your eyeballs because that's where your surgery was. Contact me ahead of time and let me know, and we will work something out. We will be able to get you so you can work on that work beforehand or after, but contact me as soon as you know. If 3 weeks passes and suddenly I get an email that's like, will you open up Unit 1 test for me, and we're already in Unit 3, I'm going to be thinking, why didn't you contact me earlier? So being proactive is your best bet in this class and in all of your classes. All right, so our first discussion and quiz are going to be due on Monday the 22nd. That's how all of this class runs, is from kind of like Tuesday to Monday, with the exception of finals week. And there should be little like stars and notifications. So each week when you go into Brightspace, if you're not familiar with Brightspace, this is kind of your landing page area, and there's this calendar of work due here. It also says when work will open up. So it should say things like next week, unit 2, or not unit 2, but work 2 is going to be available for you and that kind of thing. So let's keep on going, kind of exploring Brightspace a little bit. So like I said before, new assignments will be available on Tuesday of each week, and Monday at 11:59 is when work will be due for this class. So if you're thinking, well, that's kind of odd that it's due Monday. I was a student once also. I know some of us work on the weekends, some of us are non-traditional students, things like that. And Monday seems to be better than Sunday night. Kind of like Monday is the start of the work week, that kind of thing. So Monday at 11:59 p.m. is when all work will be due in this class, with the exception of finals week. And then Tuesday, right at midnight 01, is when new work will become available for you. So that will just keep that in mind. Every Monday, you're going to have something due in this class. All right, so listen up. This is important. Over here in Brightspace is the table of contents, right? If we look down here, and here we've got the start here, welcome area. That's where this video is. Ooh, I just drew all over that terribly. And then right underneath of that is the schedule, the assignment schedule, and the syllabus. The assignment schedule is really going to help you. It's going to tell you exactly what's due, when it's due, what you need to do for each week. So each week is basically going to work out where you're going to have a video, maybe 2 videos, and then a quiz and a discussion that goes along with them. And they should be listed in kind of like order that you should do them. You should watch the video, you should do the discussion, you should take the quiz. That kind of like bam, 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 right? So keep an eye on the assignment schedule. All right, what do you need for this class? You do not need anything other than a computer with reliable internet access, and then YouTube, which is where I'm going to um, present all of these lectures. It's free, it's open for everybody, it's easy to access, whereas sometimes when instructors will use other programs and load them in, there seems to be more complications with that, and I would rather just streamline things as smoothly as possible. So we use YouTube, um, or I use YouTube. So you don't need a book for this class, which is great. All right. So since there is no book, how do you get information? You get them from these video lectures. Basically, they're going to be the same format as this. I'm going to show you artworks. I'm going to talk to you about them. I'm going to tell you who, what, when, where, why, and how of their creation and their development. And then that's going to allow you to put it in context. And test questions will be based off of the lectures, same way with the discussions. The discussions are a lot more open-ended, or usually open-ended. Some of them require you to do kind of outside research, look into something, that sort of thing. They're broken down by unit. Draw on this again. Broken down by unit. That's unit 1 right there, the basics, and then this is the lecture, and it'll come up and look just like this. All right. So, unneeded slide. All right, so there is, after Unit 1, there is a writing assignment that deals with everything you would have learned about in Unit 1. And there is an entire kind of like subsection of Unit 1 that deals with this formable analysis writing paper. Everything you need to know about that is inside of that area. There is a video with the instructions. There are written instructions. There is a rubric. There is a link to the Al Purdue website, which is a great writing resource if you've not used it before, no matter what you're studying or what you're doing. If you're writing something and you need to cite sources or whatever the case may be, that's a great resource. And then this assignment is going to use the Metropolitan Museum of Art for you to find an artwork, and that is linked there. So everything is there for you. For that that comes in week 4 of the course. So you've got a little bit of time before you need to worry about that. All right, discussions. Every week there is a discussion. Discussions are not optional. I do not know if that's something that other courses or whatnot may have been a thing. Your discussions are not optional, and they combine together to actually equal more than any one individual quiz throughout the course of the semester. So they need to be taken relatively seriously. They follow the same format as the quizzes and everything else, where they're open on Tuesday and due on Monday. 100 words is kind of the minimum. Um, give me a little bit of meat and potatoes. If you heard me say a vocabulary word in the video lecture, that might be like something you should include in the discussion, right? There's a rubric for grading those. So, but they are not optional. That's the big thing. All right, this brings us to our first week's discussion. This one is a very introductory, quite literally, discussion. So I want to know who, what, when, where, why, and how about you. So who are you? What are you studying or plan to study? Some of us might still be early entrance high school students. If that's the case, welcome aboard. When and where in time would you go if you had a time machine? So before I go any further, there is a history element to this class. So give that question just a little bit of fun consideration. Don't be that person that's too cool for school. I'd just go surfing, so it doesn't matter when in time I'd be, right? Like, give it a little bit of serious thought, because there's more than likely we're going to touch on whatever place or culture or time you would like to go. And then why would you choose this place and time, right? Just to kind of, so you can share that. That's interesting, why to read about why each other would like to go places. And then just for fun, how do you get your caffeine? Are you a coffee, tea, pop person, um, or none at all? You can also attach a photo if you wish, And just to refresh, this will be due on the 22nd. So Monday, yeah, Monday the 22nd at midnight is when this discussion will be due, along with the first quiz. So keep that in mind. It's a very easy introductory discussion. Just knock it out before you even watch the video that goes along with the quiz, because it's all about you. So definitely you need to participate in this one. All right, syllabus change statements. So basically, the syllabus is an agreement between you and me about expectations, but I, as the professor, reserve the right to change anything. Basically, what this means is, let's say something happens to the internet in general, right? Like in the whole area around Moorfield and where we all live, the internet goes down for a short period of time. I'm allowed to extend the next week's assignment. I'll give you written notification that I'm going to do that, and it's very basic, but there can be changes to the assignment schedule, to the syllabus, to point values, all that kind of stuff. I just want to take a moment to say there's this special aspect of this course. So in this course, we're going to touch on what could be perceived as difficult topics. So we're going to touch on human sexuality. We're going to touch on war. We're going to touch on culture, genocide, sometimes religion. All of these things are going to be topics that we will definitely touch on, and you're going to see quite a bit of nudity. You're seeing this in an academic context, right? So this goes down the list to the Title IX notice. So discriminatory comments based on age, race, religion, sexual orientation, any of that kind of stuff is not going to be tolerated. It's not going to be tolerated by me. It's not going to be tolerated by your peers, and it's certainly not going to be tolerated by Eastern West Virginia. So I want you to keep that in mind, that you will be seeing difficult things sometimes, talking about difficult things a little bit in this course, but we're all going to keep it adult, right? So that's kind of the, like, being adult. All right, so if you have any questions, email me anytime at all. If you have questions about something that you see in one of the video lectures, I would love to get a question like that. If you have questions about why something is due or when it's due, email me. Do me a big favor and put Art 100 in the subject. That gives me a little kind of like, oh, I need to notify that. I make a very conscious effort to reply to all emails within 24 hours. Very strong, conscious effort. I do make mistakes though, because I'm human just like everyone else. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video lecture.